These are the faces of the innocent, two little boys whose tragic stories are fueling calls for change within Child Protective Services. This afternoon, two local lawmakers announced their proposals to help reform and strengthen CPS. Rachel Kingston picks up our story from there. Rachel?
The highly publicized killings of Abdi Fattah Muhammad and Ian Brooks exposed many gaps and faults within Child Protective Services. These reforms introduced today were inspired by the ideas lawmakers heard at a public hearing on CPS last November. State lawmakers will push for the passage of 6 new bills to change the way Child Protective Services operate.
If we have systems set up to protect children, then these systems need to work to protect children. And clearly they are not working in Erie County. If they were, we would not have had the experiences that we have had.
Under the proposed changes, CPS workers and supervisors would be required to have a degree in social work or a background in human services. CPS would need to follow up with mandated reporters, such as teachers or physicians, within 30 days to let them know the outcome of child abuse investigations. Excessive corporal punishment would be legally redefined as abuse. It's a change the family of J.J. Bolvin, who was severely beaten by his father as an infant, has been seeking for years.
My nephew had suffered 11 fractured bones. If his perpetrator had done that to an adult, he'd have gotten 4 times the sentence that he did as a child. Why would we value our children less than an adult?
Children could no longer be interviewed in front of an adult who has been named in a report of suspected abuse or neglect.
There should be some opportunities for these children to be interviewed where they don't have to sit in fear of the person that's been abusing them.
Other reforms would require the Office of Children and Family Services to monitor the state's child abuse hotline for repeat cases and make taking a child's photograph part of every CPS visit.
These 6 reforms will absolutely reform the system, make it stronger, make it more accountable, transparent, and efficient.
You'll recall the state spent 8 weeks last fall reviewing nearly 900 open investigations at Erie County's Child Protective Services. 2 caseworkers involved with Ian Brooks' case were subsequently fired and 1 supervisor was disciplined. The county has also hired more staff to try to cut down on CPS's heavy caseload. Rachel Kingston, News 4 at 5:30.